Myself, Manlike, today with
Alice,
Denise,
D, JJ.
and it's a chill out about mental health. So D, what's your take on it?
Okay, mental health, or should I say black mental health, because it's not something that is really heard of regarding black people. According to a lot of people, black people don't suffer with mental health. It's supposed to be a hush-hush thing. No one's supposed to talk about it because of their upbringing or their culture. And quite a lot of famous people, including a well-known boxer, has mental health. He suffers with bipolar. I'm not going to say his name. Those of you that know will know who I'm talking about.
but would you say that it's meant to be that, you know, black people see it as a hush-hush thing because they don't know, or they haven't got the full definition of mental health, or is it just because they know what it is and it's like, okay, let's just hush and not say nothing? Do you know what I mean?
Well, black people are seen as strong, I suppose, especially men. They're seen as strong, macho, not crying, not allowed to cry really. So when these things are happening to them, they don't know. They don't know.
Poor thing.
They don't know. As for the women struggle as well because
Stern. Yeah.
we like to keep things to ourselves. We suppress ourselves really by keeping things in ourselves and trying to get things. We sort our own situations out, and we do find it very difficult to go and speak to somebody else about how we're feeling and what's happening.
Yeah. I think. Sorry. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, I think most black families don't think it happens to them. So it's like, oh, you're not really going through anything, you know? They don't understand because it's like, that doesn't happen to us. You know?
Yeah. A lot of people will see you as being weak also if you decide to come out, particularly if you suffer with depression or something like that and you decide to address it. A lot of people say, oh, you're weak, or you're what less, or you're lazy, or moody, or you're angry.
The angry black women thing comes up all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I went to a session for youth workers, and it was where people were coming from all over the world, and there was this Russian guy, and he looked at me and was like, "Why are you always so angry?" And you know when you're genuinely not being angry, like you're just
What
what are you
That's
talking
how
about?
society sees black people as always being angry, but it's not. It's not anger. Sometimes we're just trying to be assertive, and because we feel passionate about what we are trying to get across, it appears to them that we're being angry. We're always angry, and that's not always the case. That's not always the case.
I also think part of the problem, or part of what gets us into these stages, it's the fact that we don't talk to anyone, because I think it seems like, oh, I'm only supposed to talk about the good things that happen in my life, that nobody's meant to see me down or low or anything like that. So I think that's part of the issue, and mainly why there's mental health.
And black people don't know where to go. They really don't know where to go.
Opening up is something really hard as well. Some people don't understand, and sometimes when you do try to open up, you feel like it was a waste of time because that person didn't really listen to you, or you didn't really get anything out, you know. So I think just being able to talk about it is really, really hard. And when you go through it, it's not about what people think. You think that for yourself. You're like, I'm gonna look weak, or I'm gonna look do you know what I mean? Like all these things. So
I just know that it's common and that it's undermined. I think that a lot of people are, I wouldn't say afraid, they just don't know how to find help, so they try and keep it to themselves. I have a few people around me that suffer from this, and sometimes I struggle to aid them because they don't talk about it, or if I bring it to the table, they don't want to talk about it. So I gotta be as optimistic as I can in that.
There's not a set standard, but it's sort of like an unwritten set standard for black males to like attain. You know what I mean?
I think just males in general, just people have a perception that males don't
Crumble.
Yeah, we don't like naturally come out and be like, oh yeah, I've got this and that sort of wrong with me. So I think it's just a general perception that people kind of put out there, and especially with mental health, because with mental health and obviously in terms of black people in general, going back to the whole perception stuff, if we probably look at it in a way as, oh yeah, if I come out, people might look at me differently, people might think I'm weak, and this and that. So yeah, it goes with perception, to be honest.
You don't want to be seen as like the weak link in like a group, or just a weak person. You try and stay as a strong person, but really you're fighting yourself, and that's going to make you weaker because you're not coming out and saying what you really are.
I think personally for me, if like someone I knew came out and said, oh yeah, like they've got a mental health issue, personally for me, I'll be like, is there anything I can do that would like make you feel a little bit, not a little bit better, but like make you feel less uncomfortable than how it is now? Because you can probably understand from their point of view, them coming out was probably hard enough. So me personally, I'll probably just ask them, is there anything I can do, just like help.
On that, yeah. It's not all the time there's something you need to do. Sometimes you just need to listen.
Yeah, like listening and just being there, and just being a good listener, seeing what they have to say and obviously what they're going through and stuff. Sometimes it is just the listening aspect of
Been
it.
told from that person that they've let you in, and then you shut it down by like dismissing it by saying things like, just get on with it and move on and let it go.
So
That's inspiring words, isn't it? Especially from a friend that they've told you.
They just open up to you and you're like, kind of fuck them off kind of thing. It's like, so why am I even talking to you in the first place? Yeah.
So what triggers off?
I'm going to say money.
Smoking.
It might be past experiences or relationships, to be honest. Like, if someone's through their upbringing, they might have seen something to be like, that might have mentally affected them. So it might, I don't know, it might be with their parents, something that they've seen and it kind of affects them. Obviously growing up, it kind of affects them a bit more, and it's just, people don't really understand it because we've all got different backgrounds at the end of the day, and it's how different people deal with different situations differently. Personally speaking, I did have, I wouldn't say a friend, but someone I knew when I was in school who actually got stabbed, actually ended up passing away. And the thing is, the person who stabbed him was someone who was suffering from mental health, and then it later came out that the person should have been in hospital. He was actually in hospital. Somehow he got out, and it was in the time when he got out that incident happened. So yeah.
I don't think it makes you less or more of a man. I think it's just down to like your mental state. If you're able to
Self-esteem.
if you're able to get it out, then it's going to help you grow. Whereas if you're holding it in and you're not sharing what's going on inside your mind, you're just going to keep dwelling on it, and you're going to go down and down and down and down, and that's not healthy at all.
In your mind, and your mind is the one thing you can't escape from, you can't run away from. You're still thinking, do you know what I mean? So
As you said, you know, it's all in the mind, and you sitting there, how would I be able to help you? And I think this is where, you know, we as a black culture, we're stuck. We know something is going on with that person. The person is not opening up and not talking, but how can we help that person?
Okay, well, this topic is personal to me because it's something that I go through myself, and I come across a lot of emotional, ignorant people. And I say that because my moods fluctuate. I make it quite clear to people when I meet them, if I think that they're worth my time, that this is what happens and this is why it happens. I'm not going into my history and what started it. And then I always get people saying, oh, I understand, you can trust me, you can speak to me. blah 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 blah, and then when I have a low, it's a problem. Like, you're being offish, you're being rude, you need to snap out of it, or keep it moving. Half the time you just feel like to give that person a slap in their face. When you feel like you're drowning and everyone's just telling you, oh, come on, have a drink, go out, you just feel like, really?
Like, that's not gonna solve my issues.
No, but I also think sometimes you look at somebody, you're already judging them by the way they look. So if the person, you know, there's a stigma that people with depression, they look dirty, they smell, their hair's, they're unkempt.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. That's not the case. And then you think, oh well, this person is saying how they feel, they've suffered from depression or whatever. You think, oh, just get on with it. If you're not going through it yourself, it's very hard to understand how someone else is feeling or that someone else is in that boat. It's very difficult.
But I feel like even if you're not going through it, you should be able to be patient and understand what the person is saying. Try it into, because they're speaking to you for a reason. They're trying to tell you something for a reason. So you can't judge them, be like, okay, so I think everyone just has to understand and be patient. Even if you don't get it, just be like, okay, this is what you're going through. This is how you're,
But
you know.
like you said, there's a lot of ignorant people out there, and some people are just, they haven't got the ability. They haven't got the ability to sit and listen to you. They're listening, they're hearing what you're saying, but they ain't actually listening, and they're not interpreting what you're saying.
Yeah.
They can't, they just haven't got the ability.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
think finding
one
the
more
right
thing.
person to talk to.
Another quick thing is a lot of people genuinely try and make out like they understand you, but they don't understand you. And sometimes it's best to not say anything if you don't understand. It's that simple, don't talk.
And then
you're
it's
seen
back
as
into,
ignorant.
and then it's back into the, I'm not going to say nothing. But then I also think that, have you ever thought that maybe that person that you're speaking to may not understand you because they actually see some traits of themselves in you and they're scared to admit to themselves? Because remember, you've come out already and you've said, I've got this issue. Now, you're speaking to me and you're saying, I've got this issue. And then I'm like, hold on, this happens to me like once a week or once every other week. You don't know about that.
Yeah.
So it's like
I
that
get that.
person then, it's like if I support her, then I have to come out and say, you know what, I've got an issue. No, I don't have a problem because I don't fully understand mental health. I'm seeing mental health as a mad person, someone that's dirty. So
There's
maybe
the stigma.
it's that, do you know what I mean?
But if you have that friend is talking to you and they don't meet any of that, they look normal, they are fine, but this is what they're going through. So if my friend's going through that and I can relate,
You can relate
it makes
to
me
it,
feel better because I'm not going through it alone. I'm not thinking, I understand because sometimes this happens to me.
You,
Sorry.
intent makes you like that, makes you react that way because you have that kind of personality and that kind of understanding, and you've been brought up to have that kind of understanding. It didn't just happen, do you know what I mean? That other person, you don't know how they got to their mental,
That's
because
what
it
I
might
was
not be
just
so,
about to say.
exactly.
I was about to say there's a big difference between someone being low and having low. Everybody has lows, yeah? Someone could turn around and say to you, oh, you know what, you're too fat, innit? You eat too much. And then you're feeling low at that point.
Exactly.
So that's triggered off you having a low, or you got sacked from work, compared to someone that's maybe had an accident and now they've got one leg, so now they're depressed.
Yeah.
There's loads of different reasons as to why people have reached the point that they've reached, and it's for them to come out of it. Sometimes you have supporting people, and sometimes you have fake people trying to pretend that, yeah, they're helping you and they're not.
I think in this time and age, like, I think it's quite important to don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the person you're speaking to shouldn't fully understand where you're coming from because you've come out and said it. I think one of the ways that we can go about giving other people awareness is by walking people through the issues that we're going through, like fully walking them through. Because remember, by saying to me, for example, oh, I've got this issue, and you know, I don't know how to deal with it, but at some point I might have a low, I might have a high. That, me as a friend, it depresses me because I'm like, my friend is not okay and I don't know how to help my friend.
And I would take that differently, because if my friend came up with that, I would try my utmost best to try and help them.
But then
Even if I didn't know, I would try and give support.
I know, like, for example, I know my friends, like, I know how to distract them, even if it means I know what you're going through and I can't help it, but if I can help you take a break for a minute, then that's your way of helping them, you know. So different ways, little things, you know.
Alright, ladies. Thanks for that. And that's what we got on mental health, black mental health. Like, comment, subscribe. Until the next time.